The forest stood silent, a dense silence broken only by the crunch of leaves beneath their hiking boots. Fowler, Jessica and David, friends since childhood, ventured deeper into the woods. They were seeking Hidden Rock Lake, a place whispered about in hushed tones, a place of local legend, a place most swore didn't exist. The sun, a hazy disk through the thick canopy, began its descent. Shadows grew longer, twisting familiar shapes into looming monsters. A chill settled over the woods, a sharp contrast to the humid summer day. The air grew thick with a strange energy, raising goosebumps on their arms. Then they saw it. Through a break in the trees, a glimpse of shimmering water. Hidden Rock Lake, they'd found it. Excitement warred with a sudden, inexplicable unease as they pushed through the last of the foliage and emerged onto the lake shore. The air hung heavy and still. The silence, once broken by their trek, now seemed absolute. Even the birdsong was gone. An unnatural stillness had settled upon Hidden Rock Lake, a silence that felt like a held breath. Hidden Rock Lake was more than just a lake. It was a graveyard of secrets. Centuries-old tales spoke of its dark history, a place where outcasts were brutally murdered, women accused of witchcraft, their screams swallowed by the indifferent trees. Anyone deemed different met a watery grave in the lake's depths. The locals whispered of their souls, unable to find peace. Trapped, they roamed the lake and the woods beyond, their anguish a palpable presence. They were the lake's guardians, its vengeful protectors, forever bound to the site of their suffering. Fowler, Jessica and David knew nothing of the lake's sinister past. They saw only its beauty, its isolation a sanctuary from the world. They breathed in the crisp air, unaware it was thick with the despair of hundreds of souls. Unknowingly, they walked in the footsteps of the lake's victims, their laughter echoing the screams of the past. As dusk fell, the temperature plummeted. The air grew thick, making it hard to breathe. A low mist rolled in, clinging to the trees like ghostly shrouds. The first touch of fear, cold and sharp, pricked at the edges of their joy. Jessica cried out. A vine, thick and gnarled, had wrapped around her ankle. She fell, her laughter dying in a gasp. David rushed to help her, but something unseen tripped him. He landed hard, his head striking a rock with a sickening thud. Fowler froze, fear paralyzing him. The air crackled with an unseen energy. Whispers, thin and reedy, slithered around him, weaving tales of suffering and revenge. He saw shapes shifting in the mist, eyes glowing with malevolent glee. Panic seized him. He scrambled back, desperate to escape. The woods seemed to reach for him, branches transforming into grasping claws. He ran, blind with terror, the screams of his friends echoing in his ears. The first rays of dawn painted the forest floor in a mosaic of light and shadow. Birds chirped, oblivious to the horror that had unfolded just hours before. The tranquility of the morning was shattered by the arrival of the police. Fowler stumbled out of the woods, his clothes torn, his eyes wild with terror. He babbled incoherently about the lake, the mist, the eyes watching from the darkness. He spoke of his friends dragged screaming into the shadows. His words, a jumbled mess of fear and guilt, did little to paint a clear picture. The police, skeptical yet disturbed, followed him to the lake. The scene that greeted them was one of eerie stillness. The mist had vanished, leaving behind an unsettling serenity. There was no sign of a struggle, no sign of Jessica or David. Fowler, the sole survivor, was consumed by guilt and terror. He was haunted by the whispers, the chilling certainty that his friends were gone, claimed by the vengeful spirits of Hidden Rock Lake. The investigation yielded no answers. Jessica and David vanished without a trace. The whispers of the lake's dark history grew louder, swirling around the tragedy like vultures circling their prey. Fowler, forever scarred by the experience, tried to warn others, to tell them of the lake's hunger. But his words were met with skepticism, dismissed as the ramblings of a traumatized young man. The villagers, bound by generations of secrecy, offered him no solace. They had always known the truth about Hidden Rock Lake, had always understood the price of its beauty. They had made their peace with its hunger. Years passed. The memory of the missing hikers faded, becoming another thread in the intricate tapestry of the town's folklore. Hidden Rock Lake remained, its beauty a deceptive mask for the darkness that lurked beneath its surface. The villagers kept their silence, a silent pact passed down through generations. They knew the truth, knew the danger that slumbered in the woods. They knew the lake demanded its due. And so, Hidden Rock Lake remained hidden, shrouded in whispers and fear. A place of haunting beauty and unspeakable horror. A place where the past refused to die, and the spirits of the wronged whispered their vengeance on the wind.